The Nintendo Switch 2 is finally here, and if you're like me, you're looking for the latest and greatest accessories to go along with it. So today I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on the Switch 2 Pro Controller, and if this device is worth the money. So without further ado, let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. Alright, so today's gonna kind of be a different kind of video for the channel, mainly because the Switch 2 is here, I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I want to share my opinions on the accessories I did pick up, and kind of do these small reviews, and see where things go. So, the first device I kind of want to review in this Switch 2 era, it's crazy to say that, is going to be the Switch 2 Pro Controller. This is a device I have a lot of opinions on, some good, some bad, so let's get into all that. So, some added context to this all, I was really against the Pro Controller, mainly because I'm like, I have the grip, and that was an experience. And then somewhere later down the line, I did pick up a third-party controller. I don't know. Oh, this is by PowerA. That's the company who made this. It's a nice little Kirby controller. And I also realize it's really pink, and this doesn't fit who I am, but I love it. So, yeah, I stuck with it. I also want to stress the point before you go out and rush to get the Pro Controller, or you get the GameCube controller. Please understand, if you do have one of these third-party Pro Controllers, or the classic Pro Controller, or anything else from the Switch 1 era, it does work with the Switch 2, so you don't need to rush out there to buy it. But yeah, like I said earlier, I was very much against owning the Pro Controller simply because of its price, and again, third-party controllers are really good. They're really worth it if you're on a budget, and they offer up practically the same thing. But with that being said, this is a third-party controller, so there's a lot of big differences here. First up, this feels like light plastic. I mean, the buttons are very clicky. You feel the price difference, if that makes any type of sense. The thumbsticks are great, pretty standard issue. Buttons work great. Again, this is a very good controller if you're in the market for one, and you don't want to shell out the money. But, that was the big thing. Yesterday, when I went to go pick up my Switch 2, I honestly didn't plan to pick up the Pro Controller, but I kept hearing the reviews about it and how good this thing was in hand, and I lack self-control, especially at events like that where the hype is just getting to me, and I caved and I bought it on my own. So this isn't like a thing that was given to me. I bought this on my own, and I'm here to speak about it. So, again, I think what is really the vote of confidence for this device, it feels and looks great. Like, you pay the premium. Again, this is an expensive controller, and we're going to dive into the differences of the Pro Controller for the Switch, and then the Switch 2 version. But again, just a basic overall thing. You get what you pay for with this Switch 2 Pro Controller, and that is a very good thing. So to kind of rattle off some things about the Switch 2 Pro Controller, you're going to be getting those programmable back buttons, which are a big help in some games like first-person shooters, and I assume games like Cyberpunk, let's not forget Metroid Prime 4, and anything like that down the line, again, first-person shooters, they're going to benefit from this. Now the next thing up is the C button, and this is about the voice chat, the game chat. Personally, I am not using this feature on the Switch 2, at least as of right now. I didn't buy the camera, or if I'm gonna use game chat, I'm most likely using Discord on my phone or another device. So, chat features on the Switch 2 aren't really for me. The next thing up is the smooth gliding sticks, at least that's what they're calling them, and they were made with efforts to reduce the feeling of bumping when you tilt them, and whenever I did pick up the Pro Controller for the first time, I legit took it out of the box here in the unboxing, I couldn't get over just generally how smooth these sticks feel. I have an Xbox controller. This is my controller of choice. It's my favorite gaming controller of all time. I've had the Elite controller. That's all good and well, but this controller sticks are the best I've ever felt in any gaming controller. Now, another added feature is the audio jack. It's a 3.5mm jack, if I'm not mistaken. And again, this is just another good added feature to the device. But that brings me to the price of the Pro Controller. It retails for $80 US. Of course, that's after tariffs and that whole situation. And that's where my opinions over this device kind of kick in. And this is where I'm kind of lukewarm on it. Now again, I've enjoyed my time with this controller. I am strictly using this to play any and all my games. I do want to switch whenever I start getting into GameCube stuff. I'm going to strictly be using this controller. So review for this will be coming down the line at some point. But playing Mario Kart World with the Pro Controller, it's unlike anything else. But again, the price is what's holding me back from giving this that classic 10 out of 10. And that's just simply because the differences between this and this aren't really that substantial. I really think you're going to be okay with going and looking on Amazon for a third-party controller from the Switch 1 era that still works with the Switch 2. Again, if you're on a budget, again, the Switch 2 is very expensive. So if you're looking for something like a Pro Controller, look for an older Pro Controller. Don't go and stress yourself out that you need the latest and greatest. And who knows, down the line, I'm going to eat my words, they're going to make special editions for this controller, and they're going to be awesome, and I'm going to regret getting this one right off the bat. But again, I'm not mad that I bought it. So I guess the main thing here is, yeah, the Switch 2 Pro Controller isn't all that groundbreaking. I'm not going to sit here and say it's changing gaming forever. It feels nice in hand. The sticks feel amazing. It controls very well. Very quick to respond. But at the end of the day, if I went into the Switch 2 launch with this controller, it wouldn't have made or broken my experience. I really don't think that. And it's more of a device, if you have the spare change, get it. You're going to enjoy it. But if you're kind of strapped and if you're kind of trying to budget everything out, you want to get more games and just want a controller that gets the job done, I do think a Pro Controller from the previous generation will hold you over just fine. So I guess what I'm saying at the end of the day, what I'm going to give the Pro Controller out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's great. It does everything you want it to. But given the price and everything that this controller does and everything that it doesn't do, I just don't think it's groundbreaking. I don't think you need it right at launch. So again, this is more for the enthusiast, or if you really are grinding Switch 2 games, you're going to want that controller. But with all that being said, I'm going to pass it off to you guys. If you happen to get your hands on the Switch 2 Pro Controller, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.